You think you know Frankenstein? That big green guy with bolts in his neck who grunts and walks around like a robot? Well, let me tell you, you've been tricked by Hollywood. The real story, written by a teenage girl almost 200 years ago, is way weirder, way deeper, and honestly, kind of funnier than you think. First up, the biggest misconception of all time. Frankenstein is not the monster. No, Frankenstein is the doctor, the scientist. His name is Victor Frankenstein. The monster? He doesn't even have a name. Throughout the entire book, he's called the creature, the fiend, the wretch, or the demon. Imagine creating life and then being like, nah, I'm not gonna name you. You're just the wretch. Poor guy. No wonder he had some issues. Now let's talk about the monster's looks. Forget the green skin and the flat top head. Mary Shelley, the author, actually described him very differently. He had long, flowing black hair, pearly white teeth, and yellow, watery eyes. And he was tall, like 8 feet tall, so he wasn't really a lumbering brute. He was more like a gigantic goth supermodel with a serious skin condition. The bolts in the neck? Purely a movie invention from the 1930s, probably to make him look more electric. And here's a really funny fact. How do you think this massive 8-foot-tall creature learned to speak and read? Did Dr. Frankenstein teach him? Nope. The doctor ran away screaming as soon as his creation opened its eyes. So what did the creature do? He hid in a shed next to a small cottage and secretly watched a family for months. He basically learned French, history, and philosophy by eavesdropping on their homeschooling lessons. He was a giant self-taught peeping Tom. He even read classic books like Paradise Lost. This creature was more well-read than most of us. He wasn't grunting, "Fire bad," but he was having an existential crisis and quoting poetry. So how did this whole crazy idea even start? It all began on a dark and stormy night, literally. A teenage Mary Shelley was on vacation in Switzerland with her future husband Percy Shelley and the famous poet Lord Byron. It was a miserable, rainy summer, so they were stuck indoors. To pass the time, Lord Byron challenged everyone to a ghost story competition. And that, my friends, is how 18-year-old Mary Shelley came up with one of the most iconic horror stories of all time, basically as part of a rainy day game. So the next time you see a picture of that green monster, remember the real story. Remember the lonely, 8-foot-tall, super smart, poetry-loving creature with great hair and teeth who just wanted a friend. And remember the brilliant teenage girl who created him because she was bored on vacation. The truth is always stranger and way more interesting than fiction.